So, a long time ago, in ancient India, there was an emperor. And unfortunately, this emperor didn't have any children that would take over when he dies. So he was wondering what to do, and he came up with an idea. And he decided to call all of the children from the kingdom to his palace. So all of the children came, and the emperor addressed them. And he said, "Look, I don't have a child of my own that can take over when I die. So I've decided to make one of you the next emperor. But to make the decision properly, so I know that I'm leaving this kingdom in the hands of someone capable, I've come up with a test. So the test is that each one of you will be given a seed. You should take the seed back to your homes, put it in a pot, and grow it. And then after 1 year, you should bring it back to the palace. At this time, I'll judge all of the seeds and all of the trees which have grown. And from that, I will decide who is going to take my place." So all the children got a seed and they all went back to their homes. There was a little boy in the crowd named Krishna. He also got a seed and he went back to his home. And he was very, very excited to grow this plant. So he quickly put the seed in a pot, and every day in the morning, he would wake up and water the seed. Some weeks went by, and every day diligently, he would never miss the opportunity to take care of the pot. He started to notice that nothing was growing. And as he looked around at his friends, all of his friends, their pots and their seed started to sprout. So he started to get worried and started to think, why is my seed not sprouting? But regardless of this, he kept going. So a few months went by and the same thing happened. Then 6 months went by and the same thing happened. He looked around, and by this time, many of his friends' seeds have fully sprouted. It was showing beautiful flowers, and they were growing very, very tall. But unfortunately, Krishna's seed refused to sprout. And he started to become sad, but no matter what, he would not give up on his duty to diligently water the seed every day. So 1 year goes by, and the time has come once again to go meet the emperor. At this point, Krishna goes to his mom and he says, "Mom, I'm not going to go. I've looked around and all my friends have beautiful trees and beautiful flowers, and my seed hasn't sprouted. I don't have anything. I just have this small pot of dirt. It's too embarrassing. They'll all make fun of me." His mom looked at him and he said, "Krishna, every day you did your duty. Every day I watched you wake up and try your best to water that pot. And so there's nothing for you to feel ashamed of. You should go to the emperor with your head held high, and if he asks you, you should tell him the truth. But regardless of anything else, you should go. Do not let fear overcome you." So Krishna listened to his mom, he took his pot, and he went to the palace of the emperor. And so as he came in, he saw all of the children have these big pots with beautiful trees. And so Krishna went to the back and was just sort of sitting there quietly. And so the emperor started to walk around. He started to observe all of the trees, and then he saw Krishna. And he says, "What happened to your tree?" And Krishna says, "Well, Emperor, what happened to your pot?" And Krishna says, "Well, Emperor, I tried my best, but no matter how hard I tried, the seed refused to sprout." So the emperor observed, shook his head, and he quietly went by. So after inspecting all of the trees of the children, he addressed them and he said, "So I've made the decision that the next emperor is going to be Krishna, the little boy all the way in the back." And so the guards bring him to the front, and he has this pot, and everybody notices that there's nothing in the pot. It's just dirt. So they all start to wonder, what is happening? Why is this little boy becoming the emperor? And so the emperor said, when I first gave you that seed 1 year ago, I had made sure that the seed was boiled and it could not grow. So a lot of you, when you noticed that your seed wasn't growing, out of fear, out of desire, you wavered from the path of righteousness and you replaced that seed. But here Krishna, I've noticed that no matter what, he tried his best to water that seed that I gave him. And he never wavered from doing what is right. So because of that, he has the capabilities and the abilities to take over for me and become the next emperor. The story of the emperor is very, very deep and has a lot of symbology. It actually represents a lot of our lives. Many times we look at the world and we want the best of what the world has to offer. The best clothes, the best shoes, the best cars. And sometimes, even though we know something is not right, we might do it anyway so we can satisfy our material desires. But this story shows us that we should not ever waver from the path of righteousness, from the path of honesty and integrity. Because ultimately, if we do our duty, and if we do it in the right way, even if things don't work out, we should have faith in life that we'll always have a roof on our head, we'll always have food on the table, and we'll always get a good night's sleep. And that means much more than having all of the material things in the world, but not being at peace inside of ourselves. Thank you.